Welcome back guys, I hope you trained your muscles better than that flying Spartan. Today I will show you the improved version of the Nemesis build, the 100% crit chance at any health build. I have improved it with much more damage, better health refill, and it is even stronger than ever before. This is the build you really want to use for the rest of your life. To make this build you have to use the following two engravings: the Become Easel Enhanced and the minus 15% cooldown duration on Battlecry and Ares Madness. These two engravings are bugged and interconnected. The minus 15% cooldown for Ares Madness is in fact a minus 50%, meaning you still have to do only 2 kills on animals, civilian or enemies to completely reset your Ares Madness. And when you activate Ares Madness, this also instantly resets the Easel Enhanced, making it completely available in just a second. So whenever you get hit, Easel Enhance is automatically triggered, and then you should activate Ares Madness to reset your Easel Enhance. Then simply make a couple of kills and also reset your Ares Madness ability by doing that. Then you have completely reset both of these 2-minute cooldown abilities just in a couple of seconds. As you can see, Easel Enhance is triggered again, we can use Ares again, and so on. And in this build I also improved your health refill and your critical chance. We will have 100% critical chance at full health, which is 25% when you use the Fox. And we have 100% critical chance at low health, which is anything below 6.25% of your health, because that is your threshold when you use the Fox. But we will completely ignore the health in between, because our health refill is so fast that we will skip the medium health part even faster. So we will only have 50% critical chance in the medium part. That will give us more damage at full health and more damage at low health, freeing up a lot of engraving slots to do that. In order to stay either at full health or low health every time, you have to make sure to use the Fox of Olympus, which reduces your health. So whenever you get hit with the Fox, you are immediately in low health, still having 100% crit chance. And being at low health also helps you to refill your health faster. We use a total of 6% health refilled on adrenaline spent, so that we still stay in low health when we use our first ability. We have 7% health refill on damage dealt, and we have 18% health refill on second wind, which is 12.5% plus the 6% from the adrenaline we spent. Together with the 100% crit chance at low health and the increased damage even at low health, this makes it the best build ever. And what would be more appropriate to kill some cultist guard to just show you the damage with 800,000 for the light attack, up to 1.1 million for the heavy attack, and up to 3.6 million damage for the charged heavy attack. Ring of Chaos has easily 1.5 million damage, and Furious the Bloodline in an animation cancel has a combined damage of over 5 million. For the overpower in an animation cancel we will get over 12 million damage. And since we focus a lot on assassin damage here, we have over 8.5 million damage for the Ares Madness activation and 1.3 million damage for the Ares Madness attacks. You can overrun any enemy, even if it is a strong enemy like Cultist Guard with a normal assassination. Only for the mercenaries you have to use Rush Assassination, which will be a 100% safe kill in this build. Or you simply use Overpower, Ares Madness and blow them away. Thanks to the Bighorn Bow, which uses our warrior damage as hunter damage, we also have very high hunter damage with 4 million with the devastating shot and even 5 million with the predator shot. And the multi-shot, which I really like to use in conquest battles, will deal up to 1.7 million damage to up to 8 targets. Special thanks to all my super fans Black Susano, Bruce, Grateful Golem and all the other members who support the channel. If you want some personal build advice, private chat rooms on our Discord server, 4K wallpapers and more, make sure to check out the YouTube or Patreon membership perks and join our community. In the inventory we have 126,000 warrior damage and 511,000 assassin damage. Because we use the Bighorn Bow, our left weapon damage is multiplied by a factor of 1.6, having 60% more damage than the right weapon even when it uses the same weapon type. That's because the Bighorn Bow is a glitched item which adds all its 6500 DPS to your left melee weapon, amplifying it by a factor of 1.6, and it also uses the 126,000 warrior damage when you shoot your arrows. That makes it incredibly strong. Of course, I've also done the math for the damage per engraving for this specific build, and you can find all the calculations in the description as usual. Just as a general reminder, for every good warrior build you should first focus on your weapon damage before you focus on your critical damage, because that is even more important than critical damage. For the left melee weapon I picked a perfect assassin sword with assassin damage, damages swords and critical damage. Of course you could also use any other weapon type in this build. As explained in the intro of this video, we have to use 100% damage but health cap to 25%, because that does two different things. First of all, when you get hit you are automatically in low health, having one hit point left, and you can immediately use your 100% crit chance at low health. When you would play at full health you would be somewhere in between the mid range of your health, not having 100% crit chance. So this item helps you to stay at 100% crit chance at any time. And it also helps you to refill your health even faster, because you have reduced health and some of your health refills are not connected to the percentage of your health, they are just fixed modifiers giving you more when you are at low health. So for example, second wind always refills half of your health bar, so it also refills only 12.5% when you are at 25%. But the health you get from adrenaline spent is a fixed modifier, it always gives you 6% or 10% on whatever value it is set in the masteries. So adding 6% health of 25 is much better than adding 6% of 100%. The other weapon can also be a perfect assassin sword, or if you don't have so many assassin swords, of course you can also use your warrior swords or one of your warrior swords with warrior damage, damages swords and critical damage. Since we want to convert our assassin damage back to warrior damage, meaning all damage here with the conversion engraving, it doesn't really matter if you have warrior damage or assassin damage on your item, but you should focus on that you have mainly assassin damage as primary engraving on all your items, because then you get the most out of Ares Madness and your assassin abilities. For our bow, as already explained, we use the Bighorn Bow. That is a glitched item that amplifies our warrior and our hunter damage. If I would use any other bow here, for example the Hades bow, and reload the values in the stats screen, we will be at 82,000 warrior damage. But when we use the Bighorn Bow and reload the screen, we will be back at 126,000 damage. That is the difference the Bighorn Bow makes. You can get this item only from the Helix store, but it only costs 150 credits, so when you still have your 200 free Helix credits from purchasing the game, then you can still get it for free. On the armor now it gets really interesting. Here we have an assassin helm with critical chance at low health and 50% critical damage, and then we engrave the Easel enhanced engraving. It is actually saving a lot of engravings when you only use the 20% crit chance at full health and 20% crit chance at low health to get only the full health and low health to 100%, instead of using all the normal 10% crit chance to get also the normal crit chance up to 80 or 90%. Because that is not needed, we will skip the whole middle health part and only focus on full health and low health. Normally these 20% crit chance engravings can only be found on the helmet and on the boots, so you would have to find a perfect helmet with 20% crit chance at full health and low health, and also perfect boots with 20% crit chance at full health and low health. But that is really difficult, and there are some items that makes your life a lot easier. One of these items are the stone Easel bracers. The stone Easel bracers already have 20% crit chance at full health. That is a unique engraving for the arms. It does normally not occur here on the arms. So when you use the stone Easel bracers, you have to find one less critical chance at full health, either on the head or on the boots. So we can simply use our helmet here with 20% crit chance at low health. That would be a perfect complement here, because we have the 20% crit chance at full health here on the arms already. On the stone Easel bracers we engrave the minus 15% cooldown duration for Battlecry and Ares Madness, but that engraving is also bugged and it gives us 50% cooldown reduction on any kill, even if it is a civilian or an animal. If you get really lucky and you can find a perfect helmet with 20% crit chance at full health and 20% crit chance at low health, then you can also use bracers with assassin damage, 10% crit chance and 100% critical damage at full health. But that will basically just shift 50% critical damage from low health back to full health. On the belt we have assassin damage, 100% critical damage while full health, 10% crit chance and 100% critical damage while low health. On the torso we have assassin damage, all damage, critical damage, and then we use a 2% damage dealt restored as health to get to 7% health refill on damage dealt. And on the boots we have of course assassin damage, critical chance while full health, 100% critical damage while full health and 20% critical chance while low health. An alternative variation is when you use a perfect helmet and the stone Easel bracers, you could also use 100% critical damage at low health here at the same time. That would even out the critical damage at 525% for both values. So there are a lot of possibilities here where you can place your 20% critical chance at full health at low health and the 100% critical damage at full health and low health. Mainly depending on the items you find, you can either focus more on the critical damage at full health or on the critical damage at low health, or even out both of these values. This is just one combination I found here because I only got a helmet that had critical chance at low health but not both of these values. On the summary page, that gives us 296% warrior damage, 314% assassin damage, we have 90% damage with swords, we have 100% critical chance at full health and low health, 575% critical damage at full health and 475% critical damage at low health. Of course, these values can be evened out to be 525 for both values or even 625% when you focus on your critical damage at full health. We also have 60% fire damage but no real resistances. That is all coming from the Easel enhanced and RS Madness, the invincibility glitch that protects us from everything. You will need around 200 to 230 points to make the basic version of this build, which can easily be acquired when you just finish the main game, complete level 99, get all the tombs, all the Marble Maiden, all the Atlantis stuff. You will easily be at 180 points and then just simply go for a couple of other points or just do a new game plus. You will have these points really easily just when you finish the game. As usual, you should go for 6th Sense. That is not only a hunter ability, but it also slows down time so that you can attack all your enemies even easier. Go for Arrow Master to unlock either the poison or fire arrows, whatever you like. Then go for multi-shot, which is really good in conquest battles. The devastating shot is the easiest shot to use, and if you want even more damage, then simply use the Predator shot. Archery Master is a must-have in any kind of build, even in a warrior build, because it refills your first adrenaline segment. Then go for the charged heavy attack, which is especially strong with swords. Go for all the passive abilities here, Weapons Master, Gear Master for the crit chance, the warrior damage and the armor. Put 3 points on flaming attacks to eliminate the cooldown when you want to activate fire, and use the fire mastery to get 40% free fire damage. Of course, you can also go for the poison damage if you want to. And don't forget Overpower Attack, the strongest warrior attack, and RS Madness enhanced version of Battle Cry of Ares, which you can acquire in Fields of Elysium. That ability is absolutely mandatory because it resets your Easel enhance. Whenever you use Ares, you will reset your Easel enhance, totally eliminates the cooldown and be totally safe and invincible. If you also have the Legacies of First Blade DLC, then you can go for Fury of the Bloodline. That is a really good ability. It deals around half the damage of Overpower and refills your adrenaline. Then of course use Ring of Chaos, Second Wind, mandatory abilities. Then go for Shadow Assassin, it adds 40% assassin damage and also 50% critical damage. Go for 3 points on Rush Assassination to get the maximum chain length, and you can also use that instead of critical assassination whenever you face a mercenary. Don't forget Stealth Master, that will add 10% out of combat damage overnight. In the Masteries, I would recommend you go for 12 points on critical chance and critical damage. Then in the Warrior tab here we go for 12 points on warrior damage, 15 points on critical chance while low health, 15 points on critical damage while low health, a little bit on fire damage and armor penetration if you have the points, otherwise you can also skip these too. But definitely mandatory here, damage restored as health, go for as much as you can. Then assassin damage a little bit, 12 points, 15 points on damage with swords, because damage with swords is your biggest damage driver. It is even more important to increase damage with swords in the mastery than any other critical stuff. Then go for critical chance at full health, critical damage, and also a little bit on damage at full health. And then also use exactly 8 points here on health gain per adrenaline spend. Don't use more than 8 points, because then you won't be in low health anymore. When you, for example, use any ability like Ring of Chaos or Ares Madness, you get 6% health. That is exactly below the 6.25%, which is your low health threshold. So never go for more than 6% if you use the Fox of Olympus for that ability. When I could use all my 500 points, I would of course max out crit chance, crit damage, go for headshot damage. Then I would put a couple of points here on adrenaline and headshot kill, and also increase the chance to not consume special arrows, because that really helps you not crafting arrows so often. Then go for warrior damage here, max out the crit stuff at low health, max. Then fire damage, armor penetration, also damage at low health, because when you can afford it, why not? Then damage restored as health, and also a little bit on warrior abilities. Then I would max out here damage whenever time is slowed down. That is really well working with 6th Sense, amplifies all your abilities. Max out assassin damage, damage with swords, the critical stuff, damage at full health, adrenaline, but health gained on adrenaline spend should definitely be no more than 6% when you use the Fox, because otherwise we would be out of the low health range. I hope you like this build as much as I do. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave me a like, and see you next time. Now you will see Rush Assassination failing 2 times in a row. I really couldn't believe it.
Yeah. What are you doing here? Yeah. What orders? There's a bounty on you. I'm here to collect.